Chapter 3, Episode 3 of the 2022 East Coast Kubb Championships. We are in Havre de Grace, Maryland at Hopkins Farm Brewery. I am Stu Gander. I am your commentator, along with my sidekick, Bob Heikes. Bob, how you doing?
Doing great, Stu.
Yeah, what are we... So we got the last of the quarterfinals today?
Yeah, we get our first look at the team Kubb Snipers, which, they've been on fire all day. So that'll be good to get a look at them, see how they're doing.
Them boys are hot.
Woo! They are smoking.
Yeah, undefeated. I think they are 9-0 at this point. And we're also getting our first look at Projectile Dysfunction from right up the road in Pennsylvania, Keystone Kubb team.
Definitely. And it's not really it's our first look today, but we've seen their body of work.
Oh, we've seen it. We've seen it. And everybody knows. Been talking to those guys a little bit today. I've got some stories to share with you. Possibly might affect the betting line, so I'll keep it quiet for a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and fill out the top of this bracket today. We're going to feature that Kubb Snipers against Projectile Dysfunction match, and then we'll get some break-ins from the Kubboom Jr. here for the beer match. Kubb Snipers 9-0. Woof.
Yeah.
Defeated the Bloom boys in the round of 16.
Another Keystone Kubb team.
Yep, and then we've got Projectile Dysfunction, Cousin Dave and Kevin, and they've defeated Ice Kubbs, a local team here playing in their second East Coast Kubb Championship.
It's like the Cuz is drinking local.
Cuz is drinking local. I think was this the tournament last year where he broke that shirt out?
Tough to say. It's now a staple of his wardrobe for Kubb, so
it's a part of his Kubb uniform. Yeah. So that's the team. They are out of Pennsylvania, Keystone Kubb, and then we've got Ethan and Matt. Matt's from
Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin, but Ethan has lived everywhere: Minnesota, Nebraska.
He's a nomad, if you will. He's all over the place. He's in Vegas now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, currently hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, no, they're a quality team. They would be, they're right up there at the betting favorite to win this tournament coming in. It's either, everyone's favorite was either these two guys, Ethan and Matt, or Cody and Adam with Glory Holds. Those two teams are just looking to be on a collision course to the final. Obviously there's other good teams here, and you cannot look past what the Cuz and Kevin can do. We have, Kevin Bachman is a 2018 East Coast champion. He's won this tournament before, but these two are they're high quality players. Ethan is Jesse Frame's player of the year last year and a fantastic season. Matt Green is he can light it up, man. The guy is
lethal.
He's been dominating our virtual league for over a year now.
Yes.
There's that, but he also has plenty of in-person wins, and he's one hell of a player. So there's no weakness on that side of the pitch.
Except
I know you can't tell by their 8 percentage right now.
I was going to say, now we've started out 0 for 6, so maybe we should stop saying good things.
That being said, Stu, now that we're 0 for 6, who's your pick here?
I am going with the Kubb Snipers. They haven't lost so far, and
there's one.
Yeah, Kevin picked one up, and I just think they win this match 95 out of 100 times probably. Oh, Kevin picked up two.
Got the turkey leg.
He's got the meat. He's working on
the
meatloaf
is in hand.
Yeah,
looking for a turkey. Forgot this was a 6-baton turn.
Oh, that's a turkey. How about that to start things out?
Impressive.
Cousin Dave trying to pick one up.
Nice turkey too by the graphics department.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what a turn!
Oh,
absolutely fantastic.
They are fired
up about it. They should be.
Yeah, that was a solid turn. So now all of a sudden, the Kubb Snipers are down 4-0.
They're in a deep hole now.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to.
Well, I don't know what I don't know what the graphics department is going to do if Projectile Dysfunction wins this match, because I don't know that there's enough room for a star next to their name.
No,
they might just walk off the job.
They are running it. They just replaced like Replace the N with a star and just start working your way.
Yeah. Projectile dysfunction.
Functio.
Yeah.
They're functio. They would be Italian at that
Yes.
point.
We did.
Yeah, no, that
Okay.
was. I mean, when you get 6 batons, that's the way to do it right there. You go 4 out of 6. It's absolutely fantastic. And now they need to answer. Because the one thing I have heard from Projectile today, being that they're a Keystone Kubb team, and we talk, is they have had some issues drilling today. That has been their Achilles heel. So if you get a couple more in play, you never know. But they're going to have to answer now, and they're only going to get 2 shots at it at best unless he squirrels this one. Nope.
Well, I will say then, if you've heard from them that their drilling has been problematic, I talked to Dave earlier today, and it was fairly early on, like, the 4th round or something like that. Excuse me. And Cousin Dave told me they had missed 6 king shots so far.
Ouch. Well, that's what Cousin Dave is known for. Oh no, the shirt's coming off.
Wait a second.
Because
are you sure that's the cousin? Did Ethan Forney just change teams?
I don't think so.
It is. It's Ethan. Ethan's changed teams.
Unless Ethan got a bunch of tattoos and gained about 50 pounds. No offense to Cuz, but he's not quite pulling the physique off like Ethan can. Hilarious, though. What a move. This is a classic intimidation move by the Cuz. Trying to get in their kitchen.
Oh, it is Cuz. Yeah, his head was behind that. I thought it was Ethan.
There you go. We've broken down his calf tattoos before now. There's the drilling for you.
Yeah, that was a little wood on wood action.
Shirt or not, the drilling. Oh man, he threw it right out of bounds.
I think that's what. There's Andy.
Yeah, that's
Andy's come to visit.
Heck, I would have just left it there. I mean, he's practically threw his own penalty as it was.
I don't know. They just knocked off 4 their last turn.
We've seen a lot of things out of the Cuz. We've never seen the shirt removal. I mean, we said earlier that Ethan is inspiring a lot of shirtless Kubb players today, but I never guessed the Cuz would be one of them.
Well, I'm happy about it. He told me last night he's been working out, so good for him.
Oh, definitely. He definitely has lost some lbs, but 2 tough singles there by Kevin. It's tough when you got a group like this to shoot out. No offense to the Cuz, but it was a little bit sporadic at best.
Yeah, Cuz will tell you that drilling isn't really his game.
No. And I can tell you.
Oh, but he picked up the old Andy Dufresne.
That's why I would have left it where it was. And I can tell you from experience, being that I was a teammate with Kevin for many years and also co-worker, that drilling isn't his forte either.
Yeah, it sounds like that's this team's Achilles heel.
Definitely. Even then, they still got a shot at the 8 there, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah. We forgot to mention that Cousin Dave is 5th in the Atlantic Kubb Tour standings.
Nice.
So with Bob, you not playing, he might be looking to jump over you.
Well, he's guaranteed a T5.
Yep.
At this point, so that's a good show. We've had a lot of these guys, including Drew. We got Dan Corey playing now. They're all right in that T5 range. I mean, they're scoring points. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be in a lead at the end of this one. There's no way. Yeah, especially with Drew and Dan Corey guaranteeing themselves T5. We know Drew already got a T5. Dan Corey's playing now. So with all those T5s, I think I'm definitely down to probably 3rd place.
Somewhere around there.
Which I expected. I mean, really. When you sit
now, a reminder though, you get to 5 tournaments, you get to keep your top 4 results. So
doesn't hurt me overall. Yeah, it doesn't hurt me overall, but it definitely is an opportunity, a loss, because you never know. But there's too much other things to do.
Yeah,
including commentate. So it is what it is. A couple loose batons there by Green. That was a tough shot though. I think it was blocked up, but a couple turns in a row he's missed one.
Looks like there's a bit of junk in his form.
Looks like Ethan's pulling out the Bartlett Wolverine move back there a little bit with the batons.
He's also got the trademark shaky leg.
Yes, but that's part of his routine.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. So he needs this 8 in the worst way. Just one a turn, really. When you're down this much, it just doesn't feel like it's getting it done, but anything helps. Oh, just missed it.
Yeah, especially when your opponent is probably
shirtless.
going to have a tough shirtless and probably going to have a tough time drilling. And it looks like they're switching it up here.
They're calling in a righty from the bullpen.
Yep.
Kevin Bachman, desperate times, but that last drill was rough start.
Yeah, that's a rough start.
But I don't know how much drilling he's done today, but these guys are they said they were having some issues, and it's definitely showing that at least they're on it. That's an honest assessment out of the projectile dysfunction today.
Breeze is starting to pick up a little bit. Camera shaked a few times. It's not anywhere close to spring fling level.
No, thankfully, because we had some issues with the logistics. The spring fling camera anchoring garden anchors do not work well with hard ground and rocky ground, and so we had some trouble getting those in today, and we just kind of said, well, we did what we could.
Cuz put his shirt back on.
Yeah,
trying to switch up the luck a little bit.
Some bad mojo with the shirt off, and it's not going much better with it on.
No.
This is kind of, I think, what's going to save the Snipers. And you know what the other thing is, Stu, is I've seen pieces of the Snipers, some of the Snipers matches, like just glanced over as I'm doing other things directorial wise, and they. For being 9-0, they've been down.
A shot.
They've been down in a bunch of matches, but always find a way to get to big turns when they need it. It looks like Dan Corey's looking for the first.
There's Dan Corey taking out the 8 and is going for the win in their first game against Kubboom Jr. And he picks it up. So here for the beer, 12 seed.
Yeah,
12 seed had the upset in the round of 16 and now has Kubboom Jr. on the ropes.
They are on the ropes. Maybe they'll focus a little less on baton juggling on their baseline, a little more on Kubb.
I don't know.
We'll see.
That's very entertaining. That's good stuff.
Maybe they need that. I don't know. Maybe they stopped. They need to do it again. Who knows?
Could be.
But very impressive win there by Dan Corey and his wife Erica to start off the quarterfinal.
Dan Corey and his wife Erica, they here for the beer, they knocked Kubboom Sr. out in the round of 16.
They're just the Kubboom killers.
Yeah, they are.
Have their number. Now, this isn't the best advantage line in the world as far as, it's pretty far back there.
Yeah, it looks like this is probably going to be... I was going to say this was single.
Yep.
And it is, but there was one burned there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've burned at least one baton at 4 meters or shorter every turn so far. And these aren't necessarily the easiest either. Ideally he'd want 2 of them. That's a good shot. But it's an awkward distance.
Yeah, it is. About 6. Oh, yeah. Picked up 2 though.
Yep.
All right, so now the pressure is on. Looks like Kevin will be drilling this time. It's like who was that? Was John Madden? Did he used to say that if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have any quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think so.
I think this is somewhat the same scenario. If you have 2 drillers, you don't have any drillers.
I would agree with that assessment in this case. Most of the time, it's not necessarily always true. It would take a lot for me to switch a driller. It's especially depending on who's doing it. But for me personally, or just if I believe in, I kind of believe you own that piece of the game unless you pull yourself out in a tournament. After a tournament we can have a talk. But to me, that's kind of it's kind of like getting the ball on the mound. It's kind of like your ball until you decide it's time for a reliever.
Yeah.
And so
you kind of have to get into it. It helps to be in a groove and just not think about that part of it of
Yeah, you don't want to be looking over your shoulder like, is this guy gonna pull me the whole time? So it's like if we make a decision on my teams, if we make a decision, hey, that this person's drilling, they're drilling until they say, look, I can't do it. Why don't you give it a shot? And there's been times where I've actually done that, where I know when I played with Chris Hodges on the West Coast, at the West Coast Championship, I just struggled. I struggled with the drill, and about, I don't know, maybe three games into qualification, we just had Chris try it and see if he could do better, and the results were mixed. I think we both just had rough days, but I'm willing to do it if I feel like the other guy might be able to do better, especially if I'm struggling. But for the most part, I'm want to work it out.
Well, I think Projectile Dysfunction, I think they pushed I don't think that's the same one as last time. It looks like it might have been pushed back a little bit.
It looks pretty similar, but
yeah,
I
maybe
don't
it
know.
is.
This is where we get in trouble for not paying attention.
Yes.
Get deep into these conversations and forget about, hey, we're actually supposed to be talking about what's going on.
Yep. And it looks like Ethan is working one up here.
Yeah, Ethan is just, he's so technically sound with every facet of the game. I mean, just absolutely just, you don't see him make a lot of bad throws with anything. No. I mean, his mistakes are, most of them probably are relatively, from what I've seen, and it's a limited, but from what I've seen, especially this weekend, his mistakes are almost imperceptible.
Played with him last night in one of the friendlies we were playing, and he was just on fire. That was a really nice shot. He was just on fire at every part of the game.
I don't think he's on fire. I just think that's how he plays.
Yes. Agree.
There's a lot of times where we say, "Oh, this guy's on fire," or what. I don't think you say that with him. I just think he's that good.
Yeah.
And we saw him miss 1-4, and it's like, and even that one, it's like, all right, that's a beautifully executed shot. You're not going to hit 100%, but everyone else's misses are more obvious mistakes. His are just, you miss. It happens. But they're beautifully executed.
And now Matt Green.
Nice.
With the win.
Nice comeback.
Yep. Nice comeback. That we're down 4-0 to start things out. 1.0 and 14%.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, 25%.
All advantage line.
All advantage line. But Projectile Dysfunction with the strength of that first, or I guess second turn. Mm-hmm. They were, what was that, 50-some%? 57?
Yeah.
Not too fast.
I mean, that's the thing that separates these two teams. I mean, when you get 6 and you go 4 out of 6, your win percentage should be 95% at that point. I don't care who you're playing.
Yeah.
And the fact that they just couldn't get any further. They gave lines. They really gave that game to Kubb Snipers. I mean, it took at least a couple turns more than I think they were even comfortable with the advantage line. So. But that's really, that's a separator. I mean, it's what makes these guys as great as they are, and there's no disrespect to Cousin Dave and Kevin. It's just they're not quite on this level. They're a good team, but they're just not on this level.
Something we haven't talked about is one of the previous episodes we talked about Mike Horengic, Swanee, and Cody Glorioso wearing wide-brimmed hats.
Yes.
Because Cousin Dave with a wide-brimmed hat, and at the end of the last match, I saw Mike Davids making his way around here, and he had a wide-brimmed hat on too. That's 5 of them.
Yep. It's
taken over the Kubb world.
Yeah, it's almost as big as it's a bigger epidemic than the shirtlessness.
Yes, it is. 5 versus 2.5. We'll give Dave 2.
So, Drew, you're always asking, how do you get a 2 with 1? That's how.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
2 force-ins, you're done.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. It would be hard to only take 1.
And even then, I think it could have been even better, but I still think this is a 2 with 1 all day. Slam dunk.
Yeah, I agree. Just take a little bit of an angle on it, and it shouldn't be a problem.
he didn't. So he's going for the split, but he nailed it.
Yeah. But Ethan's been blasting, so Matt just stepped in there to take that one.
Ethan doesn't blast often. And watching him at nationals, watching him on video, at all these tournament wins he had last year, it seems like most of the time he's kind of the 8-meter guy. He can obviously do it all.
When I played with him, he did.
Yeah, well, you know.
He did everything. So,
and that was also years ago. You were at a different level then. But it seems like for the most part his strategy lately in the last year or so is like, hey, I'm gonna get isolated 8 meters. I'm gonna drill phenomenally well so that my partner still gets shots at 8, but for the most part he's gonna get 3 and he's gonna probably knock down 50 to 60%.
It's a bit odd though. I don't think you see that very often. I think most of the times, and I don't know what most is, probably at least 70% of the time, the person who drills also blasts.
It is more
the primary blaster.
It is more common. I mean, right now, Glory Holtz is also doing it the other way, and they did it last year that way as well, where Adam drilled, but Jesse Frame blasted, and Cody's blasting today. So, there's obviously always exceptions to the rule. I think you're right. It is more common that the driller will blast or at least take the first. But
look at this. We
got Sven's back there.
Yeah, I was going to say we got Sven. Oh, nice double. We got Sven chatting it up with him on the baseline.
Dave's like, "Do you see that?" He's like, Sven's like, "No, I was picking something out of the grass." Almost squirreled it.
Yeah, cuz forgot you have to clear the field groups first.
Yeah, the most important part wasn't done there.
Yeah.
Kevin will clean it up here. Maybe he'll get one. Kevin gets a lot of squirrels. Ooh,
does he?
Shorted it. Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, that one clanked off of the Kubb that has to be like 2 meters in front.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Sven got him a beer. I think what happened was, Sven knocked over Kevin, or I think he knocked over Dave's beer.
What is this?
Yeah,
guys,
they're
you
squirreling
still have
without
a field Kubb left.
Yeah. It pays off.
The squirrel cam. The squirrel cam makes
that was a weird one. It went completely left. Oh, yeah. Helicoptered and just gorgeous. I told you Kevin gets squirrels.
Yeah, apparently. Well, I mean, he had kind of 2 of them there, but not really.
I'm telling you, man. Like, because we used to work together and we played every single day for like 3 years. I played more Kubb with or against Kevin as well than probably anybody. Like him and Jake and Jesse Winkowski. Like those guys I played so much Kubb with. Like I know their games so well. Beautiful drill.
Yeah, it is. He almost had a friendly neighbor.
I mean, he just makes it look like it's just effortless. Everything he does just looks effortless. It's just so freaking ridiculous. I mean, and the thing that it's crazy, and you can really see the skill, because this was the same side that the Cuz and Kevin couldn't buy a drill, and then he just stacks them up there like it's nothing.
You know what else he does? When we were playing last night, I noticed he puts a lot of spin on the Kubb when he's drilling. And I've always found that if I put a lot of spin on it, I get more action on it. And so most of the time, I try to not put much spin on it at all. But boy, he just whips them right in there.
Yeah, I agree.
It's an epidemic of early squirrels.
It's an early squirrel. The squirrels are here. There's squirrels are falling everywhere.
Yeah, premature squirrels.
Yes. But I agree. Like you spin it harder, you do tend to get more action. But I started to try to emulate that. I've seen that out of multiple drillers that spin it harder, and just I think I get more consistent flight out of it. And so even though the action might be a little higher, it's more consistent. So the only time I don't
that makes sense. I mean, if you get a truer flight, then probably the action doesn't mean as much. Yeah. Another cut in here for the Kubboom Jr. Picked up the second. So That one is going to 3 games.
Yep.
That's the 12 seed and the 4 seed, I believe.
Very nice. So maybe they aren't Kubboom killers.
Maybe not. We'll have to wait on that third.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's times when it's playing really tight. If the conditions are really firm, that you kind of have to almost knuckle it out there. Just because if you spin it, for me, in my experience, if you spin it way too hard in those conditions, it's just going to kick out of bounds constantly on the cut. So.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe we got the cut in or something happened, and I don't know that I finished my thought. But my thought was that if you can get a more consistent flight, I think the spin rate matters less.
Yeah, and so that goes down to like your release on the Kubb has to be really good. So like if you can nail the release to get that spiral to be really, really tight, and then I think that's where you're at. If you don't get the tight spiral, it doesn't matter how much you spin it, it's not going to be good. Not only is it not going to be good when it hits the ground, it's not going to be good when it in the wind. I think if you spin it hard in the wind too, it is helpful. At least it was in March.
Probably, yeah. I could see how that could be. I mean, it's throwing a knuckleball versus throwing a spiral football. Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. In March, I felt like down at the spring fling, if I didn't nail that release and get that spin in a nice tight way, that the wind was just going to blow it all over the place, worse than it already was.
So Projectile Dysfunction needs something here.
Yeah, the problem is Kevin just keeps getting singles, and these groups aren't there, but he's not getting any action off the Kubbs or the baton that's helpful, and that's not helpful either. Baton slam.
Yeah, baton slam is helpful though, very helpful. Oh boy. All right.
Yeah, this is gonna be an issue.
Yeah, this is going to be, unless there's a miraculous shot here, and that was not it.
Whew, 2 batons left, 4 Kubbs.
Yeah, I don't know how this works out well.
Yeah, best they could possibly do is clear those front 3.
Yeah.
And that would take a miraculous shot from Dave to even get it. That wasn't a bad run at it. But
wasn't a bad shot, but...
This is over.
Yeah, this one's over. But the squirrel was awesome.
2 squirrels. Do we have 2 squirrels? No, just 1.
No.
We had 2 squirrels.
We had three premature squirrels.
Premature squirrels.
And 1 full-term squirrel.
Yeah, I tell you. You got Glory Holtz in the field, and you're premature. It's just crazy what's going on out here.
Yes. Crazy, yes. Yeah, I don't know. This never happens. It's just crazy.
No, it's like... Most every time I throw the squirrel when I'm supposed to, but some reason today it's just
premature.
Whoops, there's a squirrel.
All right, so Matt Green with the advantage line clears them all. This one is over.
Here, Matt, let's just clean this up like it's the VKL.
That's right.
Matt playing without shoes. I think that's pretty common from him. Wonder if he plays VKL without shoes.
I don't know.
Ask him.
I will say that I play in the VKL with shoes.
Yes.
Last night when we were playing, I played without shoes.
Oh, yeah?
Because the grass here is so nice.
It's beautiful Hopkins farm grass.
Yeah.
2 king shots, moving to the semifinals.
And he's not going to miss it twice.
Not going to miss it once.
Nope. Yep. So that's it. Yep, the Kubb Snipers moving on, run their record to 11-0, I believe now. They look unstoppable right now. I don't really know what else to say. 38%, frankly, not the greatest, but they got a bunch of advantage lines, so they didn't have an opportunity.
Those numbers are all out of whack, but
yeah. So we do have, Kubboom Jr. did defeat Here for the Beer in the 3rd game. So Kubboom Jr. will be going on to the semifinals.
There it is.
Yep, to face the Kubb Snipers. So
chalk.
Really good.
We're all chalk still.
All chalk. We were a little wacky out there, but now we are chalk. And here is an update on the bronze bracket.
Not chalk here. Look at Vector 2.
Yeah. So they will be playing.
Couple teams out of the Hopkins or the Old Line Kubb Hopkins Farm Brewery Spring League.
Correct.
Vector and Vector 2.
And then Das Kub from Charlotte and Functioning Kubbaholics from Northern Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so that's it for the quarterfinals. Next week, we'll have our first semifinal match. We are down to the final 4. So the way this is going to work, we got 3 episodes left. We're going to have a semifinal, another semifinal, and then the finals. And then we will be on our way to the PA Championship.
Heck yeah, that's a short drive.
Yeah, very short drive from here, maybe an hour or so.
Yep.
So next week, tune in for some semifinal action.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Bob, anything else?
Nope, just one more thing to do there, Stu.
Bazooka!
Bazooka!